Hi everybody, good to be back. Of course, felt a little ill last week, but feeling much better now as we are ready to do the Time Room Sports Show right here on WCTV. And why not talk about those Cleveland Guardians? How about those Guardians? It's been an up and down roller coaster ride. And Jose Ramirez won Player of the Month, and Stephen Kwan won Rookie of the Month. Our average is at 251, 188 total hits. 99 RBIs. This is heading into today, by the way. 101 runs, a 3.87 ERA, 4 saves, a .234 opponent average, and still looking for that elusive shutout. And then the Guardians faced off against the Oakland Athletics, and it was sweeping time in Oakland.
Looks like it's sweeping time. Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep.
Does anyone play Baldi's Basics? I sure hope you do. I've been waiting to play that all season. I would have played it last week. Of course, I was sick. But yeah, Andres Gimenez, grand slam in game 1. Jose, home run, 3 RBIs, 3 runs in game 1. Richie Palacios, pinch hit, 2-run double in game 2. Shane Bieber, 7 innings, 7 strikeouts in game 2. Tristan McKenzie, 6.1 shutout innings in game 3. Of course, that was a lot of fun to see them. Of course, right now the game is tied as we are looking to do something out there. Josh Naylor had a big 2-run double. It was a lot of fun to see. A lot of fun to see the Cleveland Guardians definitely take care of business out there. And hopefully there's going to be more where that came from. Of course, San Diego, a little bit of a tough team, but hopefully things will get better for the Guardians. 10-12 record so far. Hopefully it'll be even better as we continue. Anyways, folks, I'm playing Baldi's Basics because Baldi's Basics is the inspiration of where I get. Looks like it's sweeping time. I'll show you if I can get there. And now you have to find 7 notebooks. Oh man, Principal might get me. No, he doesn't. Anyways, here it is. See? Oh, Baldy caught me. Oh, that game is impossible. But you know what's not impossible? Or you know what's also impossible? Me not talking about sports. NBA playoffs, 76ers against the Raptors. 76ers won. We're talking about game 6s out here. There were 4 game 6s. The 76ers won 132-97, where Joel Embiid had 33 points and 10 rebounds. Suns against the Pelicans. Suns won 115-109, where Chris Paul had a perfect game, 14 for 14 with 33 points. Then the Mavericks played the Utah Jazz. Mavericks won 98-96, where Luka had 24 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Grizzlies against the Timberwolves. Of course, the Grizzlies won that one, 114-106. Desmond Bane and Dillon Brooks, 23 points each. And then, of course, that is going to be Timberwolves, Grizzlies. Of course, that was a very good game. Of course, the Grizzlies had fallen down deep in holes multiple times in that series, particularly Game 3, down 26 points, and they still took down Minnesota. That could quite easily have been Minnesota's series, but no. Bucks against the Celtics. Bucks that had 1 game to none. Giannis had a triple-double in game 1. Warriors against the Grizzlies. Warriors are leading 1 game to... No. Bucks and Celtics are actually tied at 1 game apiece. Giannis had a triple-double in game 1. Excuse me for that. Forgot to edit this earlier today. Of course, it was a blowout win last night where Jason Tatum put up 29 points and 8 assists. Jaylen Brown, 30 points, 6 assists. And meanwhile, for the Warriors-Grizzlies, that series also tied at 1. Oh, ye gods, Ja Morant had 47 points. John Morant, 47 points last night. 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Definitely being a key contributor out there. 76ers against the Heat. 76ers are ahead 1 game to nothing. Tyler Hero had 25 points off the bench. Suns are up over the Mavs 1-0, where DeAndre Ayton had 25 points and 8 rebounds for Phoenix. And of course, tonight will be the 76ers against the Heat and the Mavericks against the Suns. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Guardians are still in a tied contest out there. Of course, Josh Naylor had a big 2-run single earlier that tied up this game. Manny Machado has a home run for the Padres. Of course, now time to go to NASCAR. The Duramax Dryden 400, where Chase Elliott wins his first race of the season. I would have had it the full race up there on your screen, but I couldn't find it. Denny Hamlin Stage 1, Ryan Blaney Stage 2 was pushed back to Monday. I think that's why I wasn't able to get, because it was pushed back due to rain. Of course, rain came 78 laps into the race. Austin Cindric spun out on the next day, which was the Monday. Kyle Larson lost the tire on lap 156. Kurt Busch spun out on lap 189. Joey Logano hit the wall a few laps later. Cody Ware spun out on lap 242. AJ Allmendinger lost the tire almost 80 laps later. Tyler Reddick spun out on lap 342 on the mile-long racetrack. It was a very fun and very eventful race. NHL playoffs are going on, by the way, of course. I know I don't tackle the NHL that much, but I think it's worth noting that they're going right now. Holy cow, we just finished everything, but we're not done yet, because if you need to follow me on Instagram at Tommy Maroon Sports, because I'm having polls up when it comes to the greatest win in Highland High School history. And there it is right there. Whoopsies. Right there. Which win was better, the first win at North Gateway Tire or the playoff win against Anthony Wayne in 2017? Now, of course, here's what the bracket looks like for those that want to know. This is in the Coach Gibbons era. Of course, that's 2015 onwards. Number 1 seed is the first win against North Gateway Tire. Number 8 is a playoff win against Anthony Wayne. Number 4 is the win against Noro in 2020. Number 5 is the OT win against Nordonia in 2020. 3 was the last-second field goal against Canadian Prep. That's taken on the homecoming win against Canfield in 2019. And number 2 was the last-second final play of the game touchdown over North Royalton 2018. That's going up against the shutout of Aurora just last year. And, of course, later on today, we will drop a new one, which will be regional I don't know what it'll be, but I do know is that regional finals win over Avon is number 1 in the 2000 to 2014 era. That's taking on the win against you guys, Wadsworth, in 2013. Number 4 was the upset against Wadsworth in 2001, where Highland hadn't beaten Wadsworth at all in a few years, and then finally beat them at home. And then number 5 would be the last-second touchdown pass against Wadsworth in 2008. Of course, Highland would lose the next week, but still reach the regional finals. Number 3, the first playoff win in program history, a double overtime thriller against Lake Catholic. And number 6 was the win over Massillon Washington at InfoCision Stadium in 2013 in the playoffs, which was one of the most significant wins we had ever in the playoffs, but we'll see. And number 2 was the last home win at the old field, which was against Revere. Of course, that was not the last game. The last game was eventually a playoff game that ended up being a tough loss to Avon, I believe. And that's going up against the win against Nordonia in 2013. We will continue to have different polls on that every day, and the winner of it will be determined as the greatest win in school history. And it's to celebrate 70 years of Highland High School. How about that? And Time Room Sports Live will be covering a lot of it, because we are 15 weeks away from the high school football season. That starts on August 19th. Yes, I'll be on the mic for that when we play Berea Mid-Park. At Berea Mid-Park. Berea Mid-Park trying to beat us unlike last year, which they put up a great fight last year, but it wasn't enough. We'll see who comes out on top. Of course, we have a lot of seniors leaving, but a lot of juniors are going to be stepping it up. Of course, Luke's going to be stepping it up. You got guys like, let's think, got guys like Sam. You got guys Like, trying to think, of course, it's been a long time since the football season's happened, so excuse me. Of course, I think Logan as well. He's my neighbor. But yeah, just so much excitement this season for the high school football season. I cannot wait for it. I hope you cannot wait for it. Of course, Coach Gibbons and the Maryland Eye are shotgun set. You know, it's always going to be a lot of fun to watch the Highland Hornet team always do good in football, do well in football, excuse me. August 26th is the home opener against North Royalton. It's literally the same schedule as it was last year, except this time all the home games are on the road and all the road games are at home. So our road games are going to be, if my memory recalls me the best, Berea Mid Park, Aurora, Barberton at Rudy Sharkey. That's going to be tough, of course. Aurora is going to be a tough one as well at Veterans. Talmadge, that's also going to be tough. They are pretty good out there. I think Ty Hurst is coming back for Talmadge. And, of course, the last one is, if I can recall this, Cuyahoga Falls. Of course, that should be a good one as well. Our home games, North Royalton. Of course, every time we play North Royalton, it's a good one. Of course, as you know, by the fact that in the Gibbons era for the bracket, there are, 2 games against North Royalton, and then Brunswick after that. Then you got Revere, Copley, and who else? Roosevelt. Of course, Revere and Copley are 2 of our biggest rivals. The fact that we get them at home this season, not back-to-back. Copley's the last week of the season. Revere's somewhere in the middle of the season after we play Roosevelt. So, with that being said, I think it's going to be a very crowded race for the American Conference this year. I think just about every school has a shot. You got Aurora with a good shot. You got Barberton with a good shot. You got us with a good shot. You got Talmadge with a good shot. Those are half the schools in the American Conference. And I think they're going to make a good run for it this season. It should be fun to watch. But that's not until 15 more weeks from now. What are we going to do in those 15 weeks from now? I'm already waiting for the high school football season. Baseball and softball is still going on. Senior night is tomorrow for the softball team. Oh, ye gods. I can't believe it. But you know what? Once graduation is done for me, which is May 28th, high school football season is officially underway. And, yep, I told Coach Gibbons, it's going to be fun this season. It's going to be a lot of fun, and he agrees. So stay tuned for that. Of course, Tommy's Picks will be returning for that. Until then, I'm Time Maroon for Time Maroon Sports Show, signing off. So long, everyone.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.